Good evening. In a striking move, President Donald Trump is pushing aggressively to secure long-term access to Venezuela's vast oil reserves for the United States. Following the dramatic capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, the White House rolled out the red carpet for American oil executives, urging them to swiftly and substantially invest in the South American nation. But despite the presidential push, the anticipated gold rush simply isn't materializing. Industry leaders are holding back, citing tangible economic realities that President Trump appears to be overlooking. Just 1 week after the apprehension of President Maduro, who was transported to New York for a hearing on January 6, 2026, President Trump personally met with representatives from several major oil corporations. His message was clear: get into Venezuela and get in big. The United States government is promising to control Venezuela's oil sector indefinitely. However, whether this alone is enough to justify immense investments for American oil, multinational corporations remains a critical question. Industry expert Bob McNally, speaking to CNN, noted that while the lure of the world's largest reserves is certainly attractive to oil companies, and they are accustomed to operating in dangerous locations, they will proceed with extreme caution. Venezuela is believed to hold over 300 billion barrels of crude oil, yet this figure has never been definitively proven, with some estimates suggesting the actual reserves are less than a third of that amount. Furthermore, Venezuela's oil is primarily heavy crude, a type that demands specially equipped refineries for processing. Mukesh Shaidev from the consulting firm Ex-Analysts highlighted this issue on Bloomberg Television, explaining, "The number of refineries in the United States and elsewhere that want this oil is declining. This is not the type of crude oil the world needs in the future, as we continue to move towards less gasoline and less diesel." The global oil market itself presents another hurdle. Currently, approximately 105 million barrels of oil are produced worldwide every day, which is about 2 million barrels over current demand. In short, there is no shortage. And as expert Peter Bukvar told CNBC, crude oil is cheap. Today, a barrel costs about $60 or slightly less, Bukvar stated. 20 years ago, it nominally cost $60 as well. Adjusted for inflation, that $60 from back then would be $100 today. However, extracting oil from the earth is much more expensive now. Given these low prices, questions arise about the profitability of ramping up production in Venezuela. The existing facilities are old and dilapidated. The consulting firm Rystad Energy estimates that bringing Venezuela's daily production back to its 1990s level, roughly 3 million barrels a day, triple its current output, would require investments totaling around $180 billion by the year 2040. This represents a colossal investment for what would ultimately be a tiny fraction of the world's total annual production, an amount unlikely to be felt at the gas pump. Bob McNally further elaborated, smaller companies might enter Venezuela relatively quickly and make some repairs to boost production in the coming years. But the larger players, those with the deep expertise to truly scale up production, will be far more hesitant before committing to such expenditures. Beyond the financial calculations, every American company operating in Venezuela would need assurances of safety for its on-site personnel and a stable political environment. For now, both are conspicuously absent. The capture of President Maduro on January 6th did not dismantle his repressive structures, leaving the Venezuelan people deeply unsettled, as reported on January 7th. It seems President Donald Trump might be making plans without all the necessary factors considered. He dreams of black gold gushing from Venezuela, bringing significant wealth to the United States, Whether this vision will ever materialize, and if so, when, remains highly uncertain. Perhaps anticipating this reluctance, President Trump has been openly discussing in recent days whether American taxpayers might need to subsidize these oil companies to increase their interest in Venezuelan crude. This brings us to a crucial question. Will American taxpayers truly foot the bill for a risky venture into Venezuelan oil, or will big oil continue to sideline the president's ambitious plans? Stay tuned for more updates on this developing story. This video was generated using artificial intelligence. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more updates. See you next time.